Hello. Can I be heard? Just gonna get some water. Oh, okay, somebody's here. Yeah, so... I mentioned on the last thing before I deleted it that we're gonna try to work on the respawn today, so that when you die, instead of respawning without any of your stuff, it loads your last save. Which should be done somewhere in this character class, either in die or respawn. So, why don't we get into game and see what's going on here. So, we just respawned for the first time here. Now we need to die. So let's teleport into here, to the old Spanish fort. And let's get killed by these skeletons. Come on, come at me. Let's aggro both of them. So I get this done faster. Alright. Let's get killed. So you can see now, I respawn all the way back here, without anything in my inventory. But what we could do, actually, yeah, we could load our last save, which may not be from today, but we'll find out. No, this is from a different play session. But, this is just a new little area I've been working on. Let's exit out. So, how's my audio, by the way? Can everybody hear me okay? The music's not too loud? Yeah, we're good. So this, this respawn thing, I think this actually happens the very first time we start the game as well. If I just... It's not just for when you die. Yeah. Oh, wait, no. Okay, let's see what happens. I can't actually remember how I implemented this. Yeah, so that actually happens up here in create player entity. We respawn immediately upon starting the game. So, yeah, okay, let's quit out of here. Let's see if we can simply load the last save, or at least put up the save menu. So we have. How do we get into the save menu? I'm blanking on this. Okay, so there's this GUI header here somewhere. GUI.h. If my Visual Studio would respond. Okay, so load. Okay. There's this load game. Menu. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to, when we die, let's go to the character here. Okay, so die. That's a function. The first thing we need to remove is dropping all of our stuff. So, actually, we can simply set the no inventory drop flag on Luigi, who is our main character. So we set him up in the create player character. So where do we have him? We add his player component. Sorry, character component. Here we go. So if we do player dot flags or equals character no inventory character flags no inventory drop. Let's try this now. So now he won't. Hopefully that will disable the dropping of inventory when I die. If we run, okay, here we go. So let's pick up some stuff. Actually, let's pick up this sword here. Sword and the message. Okay, so now we have the sword and the message in our inventory, and let's go get killed. Let's jump over here. Oh, we can actually take some damage here. Ow. And then almost. Come on, you can kill me faster than that. This guy's got a bigger weapon. He can do that. Okay, there we go. I still have my stuff. So now we need to set. So we've stopped the inventory dropping. So now, okay. So you see this character input handler thing. That basically, if our guy has the character input handler, it means he's the current player character. Because it means he's getting inputs from the keyboard and the mouse and game controller or whatever. So instead of respawning, let's do set game set state. Oh. Push state. Game paused. Okay. Actually, let me just make this, let me make this stream fully live instead of just being unlisted. Public. See if anybody joins. Let's check the link here. Alright. Alright, cool. It appears to be live. Let me just post the link in Discord for 1 second. Alright. Public on... Alright, cool. Let's get back to the work now. Hello! Is this Death Raid that just joined, Sarah? Hello, welcome to the stream. We were just working on getting the player to load the last save when they die, instead of the instead of immediately respawning without any of their stuff. So this will pause the game, and then we need to go into the save menu. Actually, we should probably add another game state for when you load the game. Because otherwise you'll be able to drop back out of... No, that's actually probably fine. No, we should add another game state for loading, a save game. So, to the list of states. This is a slightly convoluted mechanism to control how the game works, but basically we need to add a, I guess I could call this like death recovery or something. Yeah, because this would be like the continue screen when you like after you die. So let's add that to there. So it basically needs to do a lot of the same stuff that paused does. So let's see how we handle paused. Okay. Let's add for game state equals death recovery. Game death recovery. We're gonna have to do a lot of like just Control F stuff here. What else do we have? Oh, this is for the pause menu. But the whatchamacallit, the death recovery is going to be slightly different than paused. I don't think we need to do anything here, but let's keep going. What else we got? Okay, so we got update pause menu. Okay, so we're gonna need a case death recovery break. Oh, this does this is handling. Okay, so we don't want to resume game from death recovery. We want to, we simply want to update the death recovery menu. And the death recovery menu is going to be basically reloading your last save. Update death menu. And that needs to be declared in the header file. Whoopsies. Yeah. So everyone can see my very disorganized code base here now. Is that gonna, IntelliSense gonna update here? Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. So, we'll fill in that function a little bit, but what else do we gotta do? Okay. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna do the same thing here for the death recovery. We're gonna, this is just making sure that the clock is like sort of ticking and stuff. We don't need that. That's a different kind of pause. That's for audio. There's some input handling stuff that needs to be... Okay, so I'm literally just gonna copy paste this section here. Basically every game state can have different mappings for inputs, but this is maybe not the best design decision I ever made, was to give literally every game state its own input mapping, but we're just gonna copy the ones for pause game here. Yeah. Recovery. And there's going to be one for mouse and keyboard as well, so I need to copy that one too. Whoops. Death recovery. Come on, what is you doing there? Is my streaming settings okay? Everybody can read the Visual Studio and hear my voice okay? Just want to make sure. All right. Death recovery. The inputs are set up for that, I hope. We'll find out. Okay, so now I believe we can start working on this update death menu function. So we are only going to be loading games from here. This probably needs to be refactored into its own function here, but let's just copy paste this for a second. Okay. Oh yeah, and then we need a menu. This is the pause menu. Make this static. Okay, where's it? Recovery. So recovery. And what's this here? Okay. Oh, this is okay. So this is basically this is if this is just saying that if we fail, if there are no save games, it's gonna pop up a message. So that's fine. All right. Let's see if this works. Okay, let's pick something up. I'm gonna just, instead of doing all the going and finding the skeletons and getting killed, I'm just gonna do set his health to 0. That should also kill him. He's dead. And what happens now? Oh, we go into pause game. Oh, right, that's because I set the character to go into, because I hadn't defined the death recovery state yet. Okay, so we're gonna go into death recovery. All right, so let's load game again here. All right, let's pick something up. I'm gonna go ahead and make a manual save. Okay, just so that we have something to save. Okay, so now I'm gonna kill him. All right, sorry, Luis, you're dead. And what's going on? Something's looping, but nothing's being drawn. I suspect I forgot to add something. Okay, so we are getting into the menu here. I suspect we're not actually drawing the menu. So this is sort of the handle input section, so I guess I added the stuff for updating the menu, but not actually drawing it. So let's get into the rendered section. So that would be in visual update, which is in game world here. Okay, so we need to add another section here. If game state is death recovery. Cool. And we need to do date. What do we call it? We call it recovery menu or death recovery? Update death. So draw death menu. Okay. So we need to add that function as well. Okay. Draw pause menu. Okay, where's the actual? Draw death menu. It's gonna be mostly the same as pause menu, I think. Yeah, so let's go ahead and create that function here. GUI. Draw death menu. Actually, let's do it up here. We can kill that. We don't need that anymore. So, okay, this can't be a static. It needs to be, unfortunately, a global, but it's a static global, so at least. Yeah, recovery dot draw. All right, let's see if this works. Hey, Firefly, welcome to the chat. Nice to see you here. We are just working on the death recovery. Basically, after you die, usually you lose all your stuff and you respawn in some random spot. But I figured it would probably be better to load your last save game, or give you the option to do that. All right. So, let's see. All right, let's pick up the thing. Let's get an item. Let's kill Luis. Kill him. He's dead. And what do we... Hey, there we go. We got our save menu here. So... this is our manual save from before. Although we can't click on anything because I missed something when setting up the GUI. So... let's see what we forgot to add. Okay, so we're doing update death menu. Handle input. We are not... I believe we're not pulling... We're not updating the input buffer or something. Okay, so update death menu. What's going on here? we're not getting inputs for recovery. The recovery menu is not selecting inputs. Okay, let's kill this. Let's look at. Okay. Pause menu update. So if we I think we need to. I think we literally just need to call this update function, and that would do it. Yeah, let's try that. All right. Yeah, we can all see that my code is extremely messy, and now that we get to show it off, we're sure we're seeing how annoying it might be to implement basic GUI functions, but you know, it works. All right, kill him. He's dead. All right. Okay, now okay, good. We have input now. Although we're not loading the game. So something's up here. Is it actually? No. Wait, why isn't that? Ah, friggin' Visual Studio. It's not it's not giving me the breakpoint here. Is it? Can I get a breakpoint? Okay, so I can get a breakpoint here, but just not in the lambda. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Pause menu update, resume game. Let's see, does the load game function actually get triggered? No, it's not. We're not actually selecting anything. So that means something must happen inside the update function here. So do we actually run the select function? Do we actually select anything? No. Are we running pre-select? Okay, so pre-select gets hit, but not select. Maybe my input mapping is messed. Is there a custom update? No. Okay, so this says if menu update okay, Visual Studio is getting very confused about where the definition of this update function is, but I can find it. We can just step into it. Okay. Let's see. Okay, here's our update function. So menu confirm or menu pointer confirm would be what we're looking for here. And that would activate it, which should run the confirmation. Where are we going here? Sorry, I'm getting a little bit confused. It's all right. Okay, so this... Why is this Lambda taking... Okay, get load menu. Load function. Okay, user data equals load function. Okay, does this lambda get triggered? And can I... Okay, I can set a breakpoint here. Visual Studio will allow me to do that, at least. Okay. So the select function is not getting called, right? I think we established that. Menu confirm, menu select. Was I gonna call this function? Activate. Why is it not calling the selection? Okay, yeah. Yeah, so this would be in, I believe, the other inputs? Ugh. Yeah, so it's this function here, other input. So does other input ever get hit? No. This is probably a button mapping issue then. Let's go back to the input. Input.cpp. If Visual Studio would allow me to find that file. Let's close this. Come on. There we go. Input.cpp. Yeah, thanks, Sebastian. I'm glad my audio is finally good now. Is the video any better? I hope it is. Death recovery. Is it possible that the issue... Go back to GUI.cpp for a second. Oh yeah, and I should add, like, feel free to, like, ask me any kind of question while I'm being confused by debugging stuff. It's oh yeah, sure. I can increase the zoom Firefly. Is that maybe I shouldn't have two windows open at the same time? Maybe that's too many for people. I don't know. Can you read that better now? Game paused. Okay, wait, here's one thing that happened to pause. Do I need to do this? We'll see. I don't think so. I actually don't think that does anything. Okay, good. Glad that's an improvement. Alright, he's dead. Although he still can't select anything. Oh, escape triggered this though. Oh, wait. Why is paused not? It hits the confirm. Okay. Death recovery. Okay, I see. So it's running the menu confirm, but not the... Okay, so then why does it work for paused? All right. I guess this little window probably isn't helping. Let's get rid of that. So this gets hit, right? Yeah, okay. But if we're paused, that's different. Why is that different? I think I will just have to dive through my spaghetti code and see why it's different. Okay, so update pause menu. How do we handle this? So we have a select function. Oh. I think that might be, okay. This might be because I set a custom select function in the pause menu. Pause menu, okay, so get load menu. Just get load menu. Have a custom, okay, no, it does have a custom select function. Okay, we're gonna put a breakpoint in the other input. Come on, what do you mean you didn't find it? Other. Did I? Oh, it's in the .h file. Okay. So we're gonna put a breakpoint here and see what's triggering it when we go to do it from the pause menu. Okay, so we're in pause menu now. Oh, that didn't get triggered from the other input. That didn't trigger this. What did it trigger? Okay, that triggered this. Let's look at the call stack. Okay. Wait, why is that update death menu? Why is that happening from here? This does not seem right. Update. Okay, so update pause menu, get. I think Visual Studio might just be getting confused here. But it's calling the load function. So let's put a breakpoint in here. Right here. It's calling the select, which is in update. And that's being called okay. Okay, so it's going to return activated. Okay, so we want activated to be true. I think that's our problem. Okay, let's kill Luigi again. Sorry, man. Alright, he's dead. Okay, I don't need that. Okay, actually. We actually need to hit a, an actual... So that's gonna be... menu confirm. So we want activated to be true when we hit menu confirm. Okay. Confirm pending is false. Okay. I see. So that means we got... Okay, this is slightly convoluted why I have a pre-confirm and a confirm. But basically, this is so that the pre-confirm is basically when you hit down on the mouse, and the confirm is when you release the mouse. So that's in order to show the, like, the flash when you click it to give you feedback or play an audio cue or something like that, right? Alright. Ah, okay, so we're not triggering this. Is selection active? Selection is not active. Or selection is active. Okay. We are missing something in update. Pause in, okay. There's something that needs to be done here that we're not doing. Okay, so selection is active when we're inside the box. Oh, God. I think I might know what's going on. Have we shifted? Is the entire menu shifted? Can we cheese this by selecting a different save file? No, we can't. Okay, so we're not... Actually, let's see if this works with the gamepad. Let me grab my Xbox controller. I'll be right back. Okay, I got the Xbox controller. Is this... Wait. Okay, something's... Xbox controller doesn't want to work here. Can we select... We can't select with it. But this does show us something weird, because... Normally we'd be able to navigate with the D-pad here or something, or the joysticks. So we are using gamepad. Mouse move. Okay, is this going on? Selection of active equals true. Buffer. Oh. I think I might know. Oh no, let's get in the current state. I'm wondering if the input buffer is for the wrong state. So, buffer. What do we got in here? Yeah, so, I think there are a couple people that have joined, since I explained what I'm doing. basically, I'm trying to make it so that you can load your last save when you die. And... Oh, you guys can't see Visual Studio right now because the game is open, can you? Whoopsies. Sorry about that. It probably wasn't a very interesting thing to look at. But here we go. Visual Studio. We're trying to figure out why our input isn't going through in the recovery state, but it is going through in the paused state. So there's some kind of input thing. Yeah, sorry, Sarah. It was just the I gotta actually look at my OBS output instead of looking at my screen because it's different sometimes. Okay, so death recovery, left button. Okay. So we do the update. And it's in this function here. I'm sorry, no, it's in this update function. There's a lot of functions called update. It's probably a code smell. It's probably not very good thing to have, but we'll figure that out at some point. Can we cheese this by moving our mouse when we hit select? Is that what the problem is? Yeah, like I have no idea why this is happening in the recovery state, but not in the pause state. No, that's not it. It's not the moving. Because basically the idea was I wanted to disable clicking on things when you weren't actually in the box that you click on. But I think let's try one more thing. I think the problem might literally just be like the coordinates of, so when I hit here, do load game, this happens sort of just below this box with the frame rate here, right? I'm wondering if there's a coordinate issue and it's not reading is selecting inside the box. All right. All right. Dead. No, it's the same spot, so it's not that. Okay, so our cursor is in the box, so selection active is true. Yeah, it's true here. Okay, actually, let's... Okay, cool. Yeah, you guys can see it, and the game is still open. Sorry, it's just... I'm getting used to this OBS situation while streaming. It's something to... There's a learning curve. But hopefully we'll be better in the future. Okay, so selection active is true. But when I... Actually... When I actually hit this, selection. Oh, we want select inactive to be false when we hit the... So selection active is true here. Because we're in the box. That makes sense. And all right, 1 second. Let's try that again. But with the pause menu. Oh, I forgot to put the breakpoint. Whoopsies. It should be in here. So, okay, so selection active is true. Okay, let's. Okay, so confirm we're activated. Okay. So confirm pending. So this is true. So it's actually not going to hit confirm pending. But is it going to hit activated? Confirm. Why is confirm pending true? Let's see. Are we hitting maybe... Oh, it's the pointer. It's the pointer pre-confirm. That's what I was supposed to be looking at. So enable selection. How do we set enable selection? Is it literally just a bool I forgot to set to true? Is it literally that? We're gonna find out. That would be annoying, but it happens. Alright. So we want to do menu pre-confirm. That's what we want to find out. Alright, so let's kill him again. Sorry I've had to kill him so many times. I'm sure he doesn't appreciate it at all. Alright. Cool. So enable selection. Enable selection is true. So confirm pending. It's true? Okay, so it hits the pre-confirm. Do we ever set confirm pending to false? And then we hit, do we hit that before we... Okay. We did hit that. Okay, cool. We... Confirm pending... Why is confirm pending false? We just set it to true. Where do we define? Where does where do we set this up? It's a member of the menu class. Yeah, this is maybe one of the more convoluted systems in A Short Odyssey. The GUI was like not designed very well. By me, it's my fault. But so it makes for some annoying debugging. Should probably refactor a lot of this at some point. Okay, where is confirm pending set? Oh wait. Recovery. Enter load, get load menu. Let's see. Let's see. There might be some state that we're not persisting. Get load menu. Let's try something real quick. All right, let's try this. No, that wasn't it. Okay. Let's get back here. All right. So. Menu confirm. Because they didn't get the... Okay. Pre-confirm. Let's add a watch to this. Okay. Confirm pending is false. Okay, confirm pending is false. Now it's true. Okay. We're still... Does it get set to false anywhere? Okay, let's go back into here and put a breakpoint in the update again. Okay, it's still true. It's still true. It's still true. Okay, where was our breakpoint? To confirm. Do we hit the confirm? Ugh. It got set to false. Okay, because the It's the selection active thing. Input buffer, maybe. That's recovery? Do we need to do something with this input buffer? Sorry, I should probably have chat more readily visible in case any of you guys say anything. Yeah. Can you guys see chat on the screen? Let me look at your guys' view. No, I don't think you can. How do I do that? Let's go into OBS. Settings. Stream. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I should probably put up chat, like, on overlay. Give me 5 seconds. Yeah, I'm just figuring something out real quick. I will... This is my first stream, so hopefully bear with me. Okay. We got chat, but it's black and black on black. So let's see, can we fix that? Yeah, I have no idea how to make it transparent. We might have to fix that for the next stream. Until then, no chat. Sorry. You guys can just... I guess you guys can see it in the YouTube sidebar, right? That's not a problem, right? Okay. Uh-oh. We got a little bit of a temporal accumulation bug there with the flash. But that can be fixed at some point. Alright. Well, let's see if we can get to the bottom of this. Get the load menu. Is there something we do for pause that we don't do for... Alright, let's get back to update function. Because it's here that we're getting it set to false, right? Now, does that happen? Okay, first of all, does that happen when we load from the pause menu? No. No, it does not. Let's try that again. Let's load it from the pause menu here. Okay. So selection active is true. Okay, and selection is Why is selection is active? Because active option. So confirm pending is true. So it means we took this branch equals get closest option. Oh, the active option is equal to the closest option to the thing. Active option is 1. Okay. Yeah. Active option is 0. And is that the closest? Okay. So we need to set a whatchamacallit, a conditional breakpoint, and the condition is going to be confirm pending is true. True. Okay. Cool. So now we should break when we... Okay, so let's kill him. Yet again. Okay, that's not breaking. Why is that not breaking? Huh. We might have another issue. Oh, that's not actually being hit. Confirm pending is false. Why is it false? We never set it to false. We only literally... Okay, but we... Okay, wait. Enable selection. Okay, so confirm pending is now true. But okay. We need to do something here. We need to break when value changes or something like that. There we go. Hopefully that'll work. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Huh. Okay. So I think somehow we're getting a new object every time? The load... Okay. Menu. Confirm pending is false. Levels. Levels is a member of recovery. Oh. Oh, that's just my insane number of save files, I guess. Alright, we're getting closer to the bottom of this. I'm sorry I maybe didn't choose to do the most interesting thing on stream, but we'll get there. Alright. Dead. Dead. Alright. Okay. Recovery. So this confirm pending thing. This is a member of the load menu. And somehow it's not being persisted. Which would make sense, but this was static. Okay, load menu, how many items you got? Oh, wait, levels. What we got? What we got? Yeah. You got 167, that's more like it. So it looks like it's adding... Ah, it's adding the thing every time. Oh my god, I figured it out. It's creating a brand new menu every time. Because enter level is actually only supposed to be... Okay. I'm dumb. This is it. Literally, this if statement here... I hope this is gonna fix it. But... basically, it was resetting the menu literally every frame. Because I'm an idiot, and I wrote code that doesn't make any sense. Alright. Well, I mean, you know... Maybe we're gonna, maybe this isn't gonna work, and we're gonna find out that I'm actually some other kind of... Nope, no, that seems to have fixed something. We're now actually hitting the right thing. But, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, we respawned. We loaded the game. Alright, cool. Let's try, manual saving in a more interesting spot. Let's get some items. Let's just play the game for a bit. 1 second, let's kill this crab. Alright, he's dead. Let's pick up his claw here. And I'm gonna change the capture setting just so that you guys can hopefully see it a little bit better. There we go. And let's hide this frame rate thing. You guys can see that this is actually the sort of pseudo debug build, so it's going to be a little bit slower than release. But you know, SDL game. Yeah, I know. I know the project is called SDL game. It's literally, the project was literally, I started this Visual Studio project is like a decade old. And I was like, oh, I'm starting a project with SDL. What am I gonna call it? I'm gonna call it SDL Game. So that's why the project is still called SDL Game to this day. Even though the well, whatchamacallit, the actual game is called ASO.exe, like now, because Annicator bullied me into doing it. No. Okay, so let's talk to Vinny for a bit. Actually, let's turn off the stream music, and let's turn on the game music, because we have some. Let's turn it down. Let's Can you guys, yeah, okay. Hey kid, welcome to the island where the crowds are bigger than your problems. You must be new here. We don't see many of your type around these parts. What do you mean my types? You know, humans. At least the ones whose heads grow above their shoulders. Alright, the only human around here is the sorcerer. Who's this sorcerer guy? A huge jerk! He shows up on this island a little while ago and he starts acting like he runs the place. Okay, yeah, I can turn that down. Let me just finish this comment. He sets himself up in a giant tower a little bit north here. So this is just a giant info dump. He sets himself up a little bit north of here, and he's resurrected the skeletons of long-dead conquistadors. You would be able to help with this sorcerer situation, would you? Just let me know if the audio is better now. I turned down the music. What do you want me to do? Wonderful. I need you to get rid of our sorcerer problems, but unfortunately you can't just take them out directly. You summon 3 Parno beasts. Versus Leviathan, blah, blah, blah. Behemoth. Okay, we got 3 beasts. Oh yeah, it's this bird, the giant bird, who does not exist yet. Yeah, I've not implemented him. You gotta take them all out, and then kill the sorcerer. Capiche? Alright. Wow, talking bird. Alright, so I'm done talking to Vinny. He's gonna go get me a, something that might help me. Let me go get it. Alright, let's wait for him. He's gonna come flying back with something. Oh, we got a little seagull. Madrigal can be mad because I stole his type of bird. Okay, so I got a finely crafted spyglass for seeing over long distances. Cool. Help you find something far away. Try going to a high place and looking through it. You never know what kind of things you might see. Alright. Well, let's put away the weapon because our stamina actually regens a little bit faster if we don't have the sword equipped. Okay, we got some stuff over there. Okay. Hardtack, cool. We got some inventory items. Yeah, we got a lot of inventory items. So let's do a manual save. Game save successfully. And let's go die. And let's see if we can reload this particular save. How's the stream? It's not too choppy, is it? It's hard to tell if the frame rate is actually surviving OBS and everything. Okay, we're in the old Spanish for now. I'm gonna get killed. Oh, yeah, come on. Should be able to load the save we had. Okay, this guy's faster at killing me. Music is too loud again. Okay, let's adjust that. Yeah. Sorry, there's a little bit of like latency, so like after I adjust the volume, I don't see your chat message immediately. There we go, we're dead. And load game. Let's load here, which is our manual save. Cool. Do we still have it? We still have everything. Our save appears to have worked. Okay, let's read the message. Captain's country, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, some guys showed up here earlier and they're all dead, I suppose. Yeah, that makes sense. I think it's also just my chat is, so my stream is delayed, so like you probably don't see it until a little while afterwards as well. I don't know, I'm new to this whole streaming situation. Hopefully I'm not fucking it up too bad. Can I swear on stream? I think I can. I don't think there's any problem with that. Yeah. Alright, yeah, the old Spanish fort. I'm not gonna go in there because I'm immediately... yeah, actually, let's see. Some people keep telling me that the combat is too difficult, so let's see how badly I do. Like, because I might have made it way too hard. Like, that's the thing. Like, because I'm literally playing this test, like, extremely often. Oh, shit. I fucked up a parry already. Okay, cool. Parry. Oh, there we go. Ah, God. Oh. Oh. Okay, barely survived that actually. Okay, it might be a little tough. Let me get something to eat, because actually, there's gotta be some guavas. Actually, there's guavas down here. Yeah, Sarah, I know you. Yeah, I know you think the combat is too hard, and I think you're probably right. Alright, let's get some. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think so. You don't do very much damage, and they do a lot of damage. Yes, okay. There is some other weapons that you can use. The cutlass is a decent weapon, but it's problematic against the guy with the polearm, because it doesn't have the reach, right? So with the cutlass, you really have to get good at parrying. Yeah, instead of waiting for a parry, which is probably on me, but you can stun lock the non-polearm skeleton. Yeah, and that's because basically the polearm skeleton, he's got the really long weapon, so you can't. His attack is gonna always beat your attack, basically. Like it's not like coded exactly like that, but basically he can keep you at a longer distance than you can keep him. So there's two ways you can deal with that. You can either parry him and then hit him while he's open, or you can do a roll and try to get around him, right? But maybe I need to tutorialize that a little bit better, because it's a little bit convoluted. Sarah, I tend to play aggressively instead of waiting for a parry opportunity. Yeah. Oh, we got Carmen here. Hello, Carmen. Let me put away my sword. What is up with you? Hey, fancy to see another human here. Haven't seen anyone else since I lost my crew. Who are you? Well, I suppose I should have introduced myself. I am Captain Carmen Batista, the Terror of Tortuga. Leader of Batista's band of brutal buccaneers. Alright, who's in your crew? Well, first there's Yusuf, he's the quartermaster. Some of you might know Yusuf already. And there's Ramon, Pierre the scoundrel. If you did more damage to parried enemies, it would help a lot. I think you're probably right. I think there should be, like... Because right now, basically, like, the parry blocks the attack and then stuns the guy. But, if you stun... I'm going to put the chat actually back up. But in, like, this corner here, maybe? So it doesn't take up the game. It might be too small, but we'll figure that out eventually. So, Connor the cook. Of course, finally, I can't forget Jack. He's the ship's cat. Got it. Okay. So, yeah. When you parry somebody, what happens is that they get stunned, so you have some time to hit them. But what Sarah is saying is that basically, like, it would be good if you could do more damage, and I think that's a reasonable idea. If you parry, because you should be rewarded for, you know, being good at the game, basically. Yeah, because you did the parry, which is like not a straightforward thing to do, so it should actually it should give you a decent advantage. All right, let's get some of these peppers. Yeah, actually, the peppers don't have the animated foliage yet, neither does the grass. The grass I probably want to do a whole new system for, but the peppers are doing fine. The peppers can probably use just the regular animated foliage system. That's one of the new graphics features that I added, which all of you from the Discord are probably familiar with. Yeah, we got some palm trees blowing in the wind using the Crisis 1 code that I stole. Yeah. Alright. So let's save here. Game saved. Should probably do something, should make like a noise or something, I don't know, to say like you saved your game. Should be thumbnails, which Decker has kept talking about. I think if I jump off this, it's gonna, yeah, it's definitely gonna kill me. I'm not, like, basically no health. But, oh, some lots loading in there. Oh, yeah, there we go. He's dead. Okay, so it just pops up the load game screen, but I feel like it should, like, do something more cool. Like, be like, defeated or something like that, like Dark Souls type shit, but, or maybe that's too aggressive, I'm not sure. But yeah, we can load the save, which we just did, but let's quit out of the game for now. I think that's good. And we can go back to the stream music. Somebody just joined. Yeah, we were just working on getting the game to load after you die instead of respawning you in some random spot. But I think we can at least put up a message saying you died. So in GUI.cpp, we have get load menu. Okay, and the title is, uh-oh, we got a problem. This title isn't localized. So we have a localization. Actually, let's add the localization for this menu name, because it's just a raw string right now, and that's a problem. And actually, let's add a parameter here so that we could do a, what is this? It's a localized string, so, whoops. Localized string menu title. Title equals menu title dot get string. Cool. Okay. Oh, this needs the, whoops. This doesn't match its definition anymore, but I suppose it should be a const localized string. So localized string is just a class that I sort of made that allows strings to be replaced with the current language. Basically, if you the current language, so like if you want to do it in Polish or whatever, or Spanish or Portuguese, you can basically replace the string with the version in that language. So we are gonna make this UI message load game. Actually, do we have a UI message load game already? Maybe we do. Okay, it's main menu load game. So let's copy that key. So that we don't have to, like... That's load game string. Okay. Whoops. Cool. Load game string. And then we'll give it a different title if you do it from the death menu here. Okay, UI message. Oh wait, no, it's main. Okay, okay, let's call it death menu menu title. So now, if we go to en.json, where's en.json? I can't find it right. Okay, my net, is that in? Yeah, that's in languages. All right. So we can see en.json here. This is literally just a key value pairs of everything in the UI, every friggin' string. So we can, the death menu title, we can call that, we can say, I can give it a comma here because JSON is gonna yell at me. Death menu title. You died. Load saved game. So that should do that. Cool. Oh wait, yeah, we need to actually pass this to the function here. Cancel. Come on. He's still compiling, even though we have an error. Yeah, I just fixed that error. Okay, let's go. What do you mean get load menu doesn't take one? Didn't I just fix it? Oh, I need to pass the blah blah blah. I need to pass the string because it's it turns out I can launch the load menu from one more place, so I need to add that to really main.cv. Okay. Yeah, in Short of Odyssey we do the Demon God School of Development where we put everything in main.cv, or a lot of things. All right. Let's get back to the game audio. All right. Cool. So, let's just jump off the whole. Let's let's die here. Is this gonna be high enough to kill me? I think this should kill me at one hit. If I land. Yeah, it's a one hit KO, as it probably should be. Alright, oh, frick. It's death menu title. Did I do the key wrong? It didn't correctly grab the title. Death menu title, you died, save game. Okay, let's see if we can construct this. Alright. Let's jump off again. Oh! Oh shit, he got slowed down. Let's just put him way up in the air and so he falls. Yeah, that'll kill him. Alright. Death string. So we construct the string. Then the key is death menu title. So when we go into the get load menu title, Menu title. Oh, wait, yeah, sorry. Got to go back to Visual Studio. Does that get string? Okay, the key is death menu title. Get string ref. Is it? Okay. Oh, it didn't find it on the localized strings. Did I not, Oh, wait. I'm an idiot. I edited the wrong file. Time to go back and find the correct file. I make this mistake semi-frequently. Basically, this is the file on Steam. Not the file in the developing version. So now I gotta find the actual English.json. Is it? All right, let's go. Open file folder. All right. Resources. Languages, English. Yeah, we got a couple other ones. We got German, French, Polish, and Portuguese. English is the only complete one. The other one I've basically done with crowdsourcing from members of the Graphics Programming Discord. And I didn't have the complete text when I gave it to them, so some of the things are missing. All right, we don't need a breakpoint in there. Okay, let's die again. Jump into the chasm. All right. Yeah, we don't need the breakpoint there. Yeah, I know. Okay. Cool. You died. Load save game. That'll be good enough for now. There's a little bit of problem where this menu doesn't scroll. That's probably more of a problem for me because I'm restarting the game all the time, so I have a bunch of concurrent saves. But I guess people who are actually playing the game are probably playing the same save file over and over again. But yeah, I should probably at least make it scroll just in case you have a lot of save files like I do. Yeah. But I'll probably have to figure that out. Oh. Yeah, okay, yeah, we shouldn't be able to exit this. This is fine. But it's weird that the escape key actually does anything. Okay, cool. That was one of our previous save games. We do have that. All right. Is there anything anybody in chat wanted to see? Anything people were curious about? Otherwise, we're just gonna explore a bit. I mean, I know everything that's in here, but like, sometimes it's fun to walk around the world I made, just to see like all the stuff, so I can find little bits that are broken and clean them up a little bit. Yeah, let me show you the little area that I've been working on. I'm using my teleport spell, my admin, the game developer powers to teleport around the map, but yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just working on a chill little waterfall section here. because I wanted to make there be more. Oh, nice, Sarah. You're working on Death Raid's Death Struggle. Amazing. My dev tools for placing objects. Yeah, I can definitely show that off real quick. I'm gonna need to restart the game because right now we've moved everything around. So if I save the map file, it's gonna break everything, which is maybe not the best way of doing it. Because like basically, I guess like in like Unity and stuff like that, and like proper game engines. I mean, not to say that my game engine isn't proper. Like there's a difference between editing the game and running the game. But like in Odyssey engine, we're always editing the live game, right? So if I pick up an object and then I accidentally save the map file, that object is going to disappear. So I will see that. Okay, so yeah, so let's exit the game so that I can show off the editing tools. All right. So, this is basically my main GUI for the editor. There are a couple windows. We have the objects window, which is basically like anything that exists that has already been placed is going to show up in the objects window. So if I click on Luigi here, and the object parameter editor, which is crucial. So if I search for player, like I filter that down, he's going to show up in this object window, and it's got his him and then his ID. Yeah, so Sarah, you're doing I'm doing live editing of my game too. Just recently added a notion of scenes, so you can load, save groups of objects, and also have runtime things not in any scene. Okay, yeah. So that's a way of doing things for sure. I basically do that with prefabs. So prefabs are kind of their own scene, right? But then they can be like stuck as a group of objects into the main scene, and I will show you an example of that in just a second. So if we want to like, let's go to an area where there's like pretty much nothing on the map because, you know, this is a big map and it takes a lot of time to fill it out. Okay, so we're in an empty space here. There's really nothing going on here. It's kind of a plateau. We got our cliff. Okay, so I will show you how we would place a prefab. So this is the prefabs browser. It's not very nice looking, but it works. And let's say we wanted to place a guava tree. So, where's the guava tree? Guava tree. So the guava tree is a prefab file, which basically means, let's put that down a little bit. So that basically means it's a group of objects that, or one object, you can have one or as many objects as you want inside a prefab file. And it's got a couple different bits to it. Sorry, one second. These guavas are prefabs themselves, and the tree is a prefab. So if we click on the tree, we can see that it has the prefab component, and then it lists the children, which are the guavas, right? And then it has transform, collider, LODs, and stuff like that. But so we've done that. And so then the guavas also appear as their own objects, and they also have prefabs. So prefabs can contain other prefabs. And the prefab file format is like almost exactly the same as the world file, right? Yeah, so the guava has a constraint, which attaches it to the, where is it? Point constraint, here we go. Has a point constraint, which attaches it to the tree. Oh yeah, and we can also override components. So you can see the point constraint is an overridden component. So the guava file, the guava prefab does not contain a point constraint, but the guava tree prefab has added a point constraint component to the guavas that it has, right? If that makes sense. But basically point constraint just means it's like a physics thing. It's attached to the tree. And if I pick it up, it's gonna break the constraint. So does that answer your question, Sarah, or do you need you need to see more? We can save that. We can have a guava tree here. Yeah. We can also let's place some rocks around here because we can see some rocks. Oh yeah, and there's also another way to place. Actually, let me show you this, because this is fine if I want to place like one tree, but like if I want to place a bunch of trees, this is not a good way to do it. So let's add some plants on this plateau. Let's add some plants. So basically, I'm going to create a new entity, and I'm going to give it a transform component, and we're going to place it right here. And then we're going to add the it's under utility, that plant spawner. Let's go into free cam mode. So basically, we can see there's this volume. This is probably too big, so we're gonna decrease the size here by quite a bit. Let's give it 1 by 1. That's too small. Yeah, this is big enough for the sort of demonstration purposes. Okay, so basically and let's give this a name, because otherwise we're never gonna find it again. So we're gonna call this beach cliff plant spawner. Unfortunately, the WASD does not get overridden while I'm typing, so you can see that when I hit any of the WASD keys, it actually shifts the camera slightly, which is annoying and something I probably need to fix. But, you know, I'm too lazy. I can't be asked to do that. Okay, so we have our plant spawner, and we want to make a bunch of plants. So we're going to add a layer. Layer 0. And right now, it has no prefabs attached to it. But let's spawn some anthuriums, which are a type of plant that grows in the Caribbean and South America. And let's add all the different variations of this anthurium to this layer. There's 5 of them. So basically, this is going to create. Yeah, so the lotting is making some of them disappear, but. So you can see this kind of like cuts off within this box, but we can make that a little bit nicer in just a second. But basically, this has created a layer of anthuriums, and we can adjust a couple things. We can make them adjust the distance that they are from each other, right? This is, yeah, we can make them really close together. Let's make them really clumpy. And then we can adjust the noise scale to change where the clumps are. And also adjust the... Oh, wait, no. Okay. Threshold to... Yeah, we can adjust the threshold here to make them... But we want to have larger clumps than that, I think. So let's adjust the scale again. Yeah, and then thresholds. It just kind of takes some time to get used to that. And then we can adjust the fall off from the edge here so that we don't get a weird box shape. So fall off rate. It kind of makes it more rounded, I guess. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, now we have like a patch of anthuriums. So that's how we get vegetation. And then let's add another layer to show off that we can do that. So We can add another layer of plants, which can be... What am I going to do? Let's add... Actually, that would have probably been good to be layer 0. That's fine. Let's add the ferns. Let's add some ferns. So we have a large fern. Large fern, which we're going to add. And we're going to add a small fern as well. If I can find it. I really need to fix the prefab browser to be a little bit nicer. Okay. So yeah, you can see that the ferns are spawning in the places where there aren't any anthuriums, right? Which is exactly what you want, because basically, like, the anthuriums are going to grow, and then the ferns are going to grow in between them. But the ferns don't... I need to change the fall-off rate for the ferns. And then let's also change their scale and stuff like that. I don't actually... I feel like these layers shouldn't be affecting each other, but maybe I'm missing something. Yeah. You can change the seating as well. Yeah, that's good. Cool. Okay, so we got clumps of anthuriums and we got clumps of ferns. And that kind of explains how the vegetation spawner works. Something's not behaving quite like I assumed, but it is still working. Because I was thinking that changing the ferns shouldn't change the... It shouldn't change the anthuriums. Oh, I know why. Because it's actually not in the order... It's not in the order of this. It's in the order of what you set the radius to. So it's gonna... It's actually gonna set the... It's gonna do the thing with the larger radius first. So let's actually give the ferns a smaller radius, which is like, let's 0.8, right? Or sorry, min distance. It's the min distance, not the radius. So now, okay, maybe it is the distance. In radius. 0.8. All right. Yeah, so the it looks like the ferns are being spawned before the anthuriums. I'm not sure why that is, but we'll figure that out eventually. I thought it was min distance that set that, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's doing the smaller min distance first? Oh, no, okay. It's because the anthuriums have a bigger min distance. Okay. That's because I was reading the wrong thing. So these are 0.5 now. Cool. So now the ferns are going to spawn in between the anthuriums, not the other way around. Yeah. And we can adjust the ferns and the anthuriums. And let's change the threshold so that we have fewer ferns. Threshold for the ferns. Oh, wait. Let's make it higher. Yeah. Cool. All right. Let's save the game again. Okay. Let's go back to looking at foliage. We can see that we now have a field of foliage, which is now moving very slightly in the wind. Although, I probably put these a little bit too close together because you can see they're clipping into each other. So let's change the anthuriums to be a little bit further apart. 0.8. That's probably better. Still clipping a little bit, but it's kind of hard to adjust that. 1. No, that's too far apart. 0.9 maybe. 0.85. Yeah. That's good. Cool. It's a nice little... And it might be hard to see here, but the terrain actually is controlling where they go. They are following the curvature of the terrain. So if I were to add a bump we're going to the terrain editor, and I add some curvature here. Let's make that a little bit bigger brush. So let's a little hill here, and let's smooth that out a little bit. Cool. And now if we click rebuild vegetation, it's now on top of the terrain. So it sort of follows, if that makes sense. Save the game again. So yeah, is that a good look, Sarah? You happy with that? Yeah. Man, we gotta go back to Louis' camera to control him. Yeah. Nice. We can hear our seagulls once again. Very nice. A little bit of ambience. There should be some music here, though. I don't know. I have to write a new piece of music for that. I'm not really sure what the vibe should be for this area, since it doesn't really have anything going on here. There's nothing. There's like no reason to be here gameplay-wise. It's literally just sort of between places. Like there's stuff on the right of us, obviously, because that's where you start, and then there's some stuff on the left of us, which you can't see right now. But if you have played the game, you hopefully have been there. But yeah. Cool. So I think what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. Thanks everybody for watching. We managed to get our loading behavior sorted out, despite my rough job of debugging in Visual Studio. Yeah, and just want to thank you guys all for watching, and I'll hopefully we'll try this again. Hopefully it went well, and I'll see you